Okay, students, on this video, I'm going to show you how to create or start creating our grading plan. For that, we're going to XREF, like I mentioned before, two separate files. It's going to be the XSite and the XTopo. The reason I'm calling them XTopo and XSite is because we're using them as an XREF, okay? So you're going to find them under the class share first year civil engineering, civil drafting, okay? So these are the files we're going to be using. Now, before we get to do that, what I need to do is I need you to start a blank drawing. So anywhere on the screen, you're just going to hit this little plus right in here to create a new drawing. So we're going to create a brand new Civil 3D drawing by hitting this plus. There we go. Okay. So you should start a blank drawing. There's nothing in there. Okay. By doing that, it'll already bring in all our settings and layers and all that stuff. So I really wanted to specifically hit the little plus to create a new drawing. At this point, I am now going to start XREFing in the XTopo and the XSite. Okay. To do that, the command you're going to type in is XR for XREF. XR, and it's going to bring up the XREF dialog box. Enter. Once you do that, you'll see a smaller box over here on the left. I just made it bigger so you can see it a little bit better. But you'll see the box over here somewhere on your screen. And I'm just going to bring it in here so we can see it a little bit better. Okay. So once I type in XR, you'll be getting this box, and I'm going to try to, if I can get this thing to work. There you go. Okay. So up here on top, there's a button, and I'm going to click the little down arrow, and it gives us different options to attach. We're going to attach, in this case, a drawing. So I'm going to click on this little arrow, and we're going to attach a drawing. Okay. We're going to attach a drawing. And then to this drawing, this is where you're going to need that Google Drive file stream, because by default, it goes to usually documents. Okay. So when you go attach drawing, by default, like I said, it usually goes to documents. So then here where it says look in, you click on that down arrow. And if you have the Google Drive file stream set up, you should see Google Drive G Drive. Okay. If not, then I'm going to have to help you after this meeting. Okay. Because we do need to set that up, the Google Drive. If you do, then you're going to go click on Google Drive. We're going to go over to the shared drives, double click. We're going to go over to the class share, double click there. We're going to go to the first year civil engineering. Okay. We have everything under the civil drafting McKinley retail project folder, drafting 2330. Double click. And we'll see the XTopo file. Okay, so the XTopo file is the one that we're going to XREF in first. We're going to select that one, and then we're going to hit open. Okay. By doing that, we're going to get some information in here. This one is usually clicked on, but I want you to specifically click this thing off. So in other words, we're going to attach the XTopo at a scale of 1, XYZ, and the insertion point of XYZ 000. Okay. Your senior designer, the person that's designing this, should have put everything on the same coordinate system. The coordinate system actually comes from the surveyor. The surveyor is the one that sets everything on the correct coordinate system. We just need to leave it there. So just leave everything at 000. So make sure you uncheck this box. If it's checked on, make sure you check it off. This should say ones, insertion point 000. Everything else you can leave it as default. Hit OK. If you did everything correctly, at the bottom, you should get an option that says XTopo loaded. XTopo loaded, okay? Plus, here, you'll see that it says XTopo loaded. You'll see that here on the XREF, okay? So I'm going to close this and show you that it is there. You just can't see it. So you have to zoom in or out, and then you finally see it way down here, okay? Or what you can also do is you can type in the zoom extents command. So once you XREF it in and it's loaded, we can type in Z, enter, E for extents. That's this option down here, extents. And what that does, it goes zoom to everything that exists in the drawing. There you are. Okay. Z enter, E enter. Okay. And then that's when you'll start seeing your topo. Using the same procedure, let's go ahead and insert the X site. We're going to xref the X site also. I'm going to type in XR. If you're not there already, you're going to click on the little down arrow. We're going to attach a drawing. And then the one we're going to attach is the X site. So we already did the X topo. Now it's going to be the X site. Hit open. Once it opens, I'm going to configure it. Okay. There we go. I don't know why it took so long. We need to make sure that the scale is at 111, insertion point 000. Uncheck it if it's checked. And if your senior designer did everything correctly and hit OK, it should land right on top of the topo. Perfect. There it is. Very good. So it looks like your senior designer did a good job. Everything seems to align itself very well. And that's how we're going to create our XREFs. Okay. Okay, so once you have the XREFs in, as far as the two separate ones, the X site and the X topo, then before we get too far, we really should start saving your drawing. So you should save it as, okay? And then I really want you guys to start using your Google Drive. So you're going to save it out under your Google Drive, My Drive, and you should have a that folder that I created for you. I'm just going to use our pretend student, Timmy Turner. And then you should have those two folders that we used last semester. We're going to create a new folder for our civil drafting class. So I do want you guys to create a new folder under your Google Drive, EFTG, Drafting 2330. And you can name it if you want to. That way you know what it is. Because this grading plan is going to be part of our civil drafting. Enter. And then in that folder, we're going to call it grading plan dash your name. Okay. Grading plan dash your name. That way, whenever I download it on the Google Classroom, I'll know exactly whose grading plan that is. And we are going to be working on that grading plan for probably the next few weeks. So make sure you save it on your Google Drive. Save.